All right, Ravenites and Kryptonauts all around the world, thank you for joining in to this new episode of RAVENCOIN Community Day. I am, of course, your host, Blockchain John, and of course, we will be talking about what's been going on in the RAVENCOIN community in regards to development. So with that said, let's switch on over to, we're hanging out here in Braveland momentarily. Just waiting for some folks to show up. Not sure who will show up, but I'm here if you guys want to hang out and chit chat. So before we do, let me just read this quick little paragraph from the RAVENCOIN Foundation. So for the folks that don't know what RAVENCOIN is all about, it is the RAVENCOIN, this is in regards to the foundation, okay? The RAVENCOIN Foundation is not RAVENCOIN. RAVENCOIN is an open source software that volunteers can run to create a network of nodes that constructs a massively replicated blockchain-based ledger for RVN and for any other asset tokens that get created by the network users. The RAVENCOIN Foundation is a non-profit organization that endeavors to assist and protect the RAVENCOIN open source project. It also provides a legal entity that can hold and distribute development funds, apply for sign-in keys and certificates, hold App Store accounts, run RAVENCOIN Explorers, run seed nodes, connect community members, and communicate a shared vision for the project. And of course, they do have a public donation address here if you ever want to donate to the foundation to help support the growth of RAVENCOIN. So with that said, of course, there's some resources down here. There's some download buttons here. If you want some asset aware wallets, there's some here. If you want to buy, there's some other trade platforms here. For example, we have Bitrue, Binance, Bittrex, Gate.io, OKX, Probit, let's see, BC Bitcoin, SwapZone, SwapSpace, Guardian, SimpleSwap. Let's see, and if you want to mine RAVENCOIN, you go to 2Miners, Minermore, Blocksmith, Raven Miner, Supernova. You have Nano Pool, let's see, Wooly Pooly. And of course, there's a bunch of other websites here you can check out, or some NFTs if you want to buy some NFTs, because RAVENCOIN does have some NFT functionalities, some unique asset functionalities. You can go to RVN Bay or NFT RVN, Just NFTs, RV NFT Art, Nifty Sense, Raven Traders, Asset Marketplace, Ravenist, WAGMI NFT, Mallory Market. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and switch over. Oh, by the way, check out my avatar here. Tomorrow is the RAVENCOIN Global Awards, and I am ready. All right. Let's switch on over to let's see, Discord for the development meetings. So if you're ever interested on what's going on in regards to the development of RAVENCOIN, you can join the RAVENCOIN Discord and go to the channel that is named Development Meetings, and every single week on Friday around, I believe it's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. They have a community, a development get together with all the devs from RAVENCOIN. They get together here for about an hour, 2 hours, and talk about the newest updates of the week. All right, now with that said, let's go ahead and read verbatim what's going on. Some of you appreciate this, some of you don't. I apologize. I just want to go ahead and just open up with this. And once I get through this monotone, because some of you say it's monotone, once I get through it, then we'll get chit-chatting about what's going on here in the next couple of days. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with October 21st, and that's 2 Fridays ago, not this Friday. It was last Friday. And the reason being is because I did not do RAVENCOIN Community Day last Friday. So I need to catch up a little bit and see what's going on. I was out of town for that particular weekend. Now I'm back, and here we are. Let's get started. All right, so Kinkajou starts the day off for October 21st with Channel Open. Tron responds, "Hi all." Seal responds, "Heyo." LSJIO7 says, "Hi. Everyone okay today?" Hedger responds, "Hi." LSJIO7 responds, "Is there an agenda for today?" Tron responds, "Doing well. Trying to keep up with T0RBN withdrawal problems. Bum bum bum." LSJIO7 responds, That one is weird. The problem seems to be the 10-day waiting before releasing a user's RVN. In my opinion, seems ridiculous. I saw that the wallet is custodial now rather than a true BIP seed phrase. I try not to post GIFs here, but an exploding head seems appropriate. Tron responds, I can understand how it would take some time if you hadn't automated it. But with most of the customers making the request, they should prioritize it and get it done. They probably should have developed the withdrawal procedures before moving from a multi-sig self-custody hybrid to a full custodial model. I hope it gets worked out fast for the benefit of all of the RVN hodlers. LSJIO7 responds, same for me. It was a kick because I really just want them to work as part of T0, but part of the pillar of the future world economy potentially. Though was something in a doc I read recently. In theory, there is no difference between theory and practice, while in practice there is. Tron responds, I don't know what their plans are. It feels like they are alienating their core supporters. LSJIO7 responds, makes me think T0's beginnings are very different from what it is turning into. Recent events just makes that clearer. Grateful RVN is completely separate from Medici, as tough as I know that was at the time. Hans Schmidt, I might have pinched some words from you. Responding is Hans Schmitz to LSJIO7. Ha! That's my tagline. It's at the bottom of most of my web pages. LSJIO7 responds to Tron. This is true. A lot of T0 community marketing I saw was by people supporting both T0 and RAVENCOIN. I like what they started as. The theory was good. Practical application, not so much. Love to see them turn that around though. Sil responds, did they turn withdrawals to 10 days because people were taking Raven out for the airdrop, or was it always 10 days? Tron responds with, it used to be built into the wallet. You had 12 words, which was one part of the multi-sig, and T0 had one part. It was a 2 of 3. If you lost your 12 words, rare, there was a third which was held by a different entity. It was hard to get and required some documentation, but the RVN could be recovered and sent to a new wallet. That was the old model. It had characteristics of custody like recoverability, but also acted in most cases like non-custodial because you could do it yourself from the app, and also T0 couldn't take it because they only had one key. As I understand it, they moved to a custodial model but didn't seem to build the automation of withdrawal. It is only being recognized now because everyone is trying to hold their own RVN because of EVR. I suspect they were just handling the rare withdrawals on in as needed basis. The fact that they aren't processing the withdrawals in a timely fashion and that they key holder will hold the EVR is pretty bad. I hope they work something out quickly. JC Keen responds, hello developers! If you haven't, I recommend browsing through the development channel recent conversations. There's been some good discussions about further improvements to RVN. For whatever it's worth, I am of the opinion that RVN still needs P2SH for assets and a mechanism for royalties. While we are at it, throw in RSK. My concern is that if we don't innovate, we won't reach the level of adoption we think RVN deserves. I realize there are many opinions out there, but I want to share mine. Thanks. LSJIO7 responds to JC. RSK is a sidechain and it is an external layer and not software we can add to RAVENCOIN as a network protocol. P2SH for assets is also, in my opinion, important and being tested and re-implemented on testnet. I think we are waiting for binaries there. Royalties, we can explore that perhaps as an opt-in ability to tokens. I would note that legally this could that this could be an issue as unique assets with royalties may be deemed securities in certain parts of the world and slow adoption rather than aid it. And that concludes the meeting for October 21st. Now moving over to October 25th, which was a couple days ago. Interesting. Development meetings agenda for October 28th, 2022. This is written by Kinkajou. Mac release, testnet binaries for P2SH for assets. Proposal of not releasing P2SH for assets in favor of testing mineable assets as the next hard fork. Why does unique assets issuance require the admin assets to move? Please send additional agenda items to Kinkajou via DM or development. Now moving over to October 28th. Kinkajou starts off the day with Channel Open. We have quite a few items on the agenda today. Let's start with the Mac release. Does anyone have any information on building the latest version for Apple? Bad Guy TY responds, "Hey, I made it 2 times in a month. I can't test anything on Mac as I have no Mac." I think the second thing centered around not letting P2SH to delay on other development releases. So either what do we need to do to get testnet reset and testing the P2SH release, and what can we do to start the release cycle of it? Or I guess do we stick a pin in it as there are other things we could focus on? Seems this was deemed a horrible idea already by many of the dev community. Tron responds, "There was a PR that improved the Mac build instructions. Has anyone tried it?" Kinkajou responds, "I also do not have a Mac to test. I saw @Ghost mentioning testing something in development. If there's no one that can speak to having tested it currently, then I suppose we can table this until next week and move on to P2SH. Bad Guy responds with, "Or come back to it when someone can speak to it." Kinkajou responds, "I've gotten caught up on working on something for my job search, so haven't made much progress on the contact sheet. I was under the impression that was the main reason P2SH was postponed, lack of contact with exchanges." Bad Guy TY responds, "That was the main reason for waiting on any hard fork." Kinkajou responds, "If anyone is interested in helping track down business contact info for a few dozen exchanges, I can share what exchanges I'm missing info for. It's no trouble to send out the emails, just finding where to send them to that is time consuming. Otherwise, I should have it done soon." Kinkajou responds to Bad Guy, "I don't think P2SH would be released on testnet again until the hard fork was ready. Maybe I misunderstood that conversation." Bad Guy TY responds, "Well, we can start testing it, so when the hard fork is ready, we don't have to then start the testing." Kinkajou responds, "I assume we need someone, probably Hans, to write it before we can do that." Bad Guy TY responds, "Hans is a little preoccupied right now, though, with the release of EVR." Kinkajou responds, "Exactly, so it probably won't get done soon." And there's a link to a Discord. LSJIO7 responds to Tron, "Yes, there was a guy who did it." And here is a link to that. He was going to try to make it today, but obviously couldn't. He got it to build though. Tron, "Sorry, I'm way late." Bad Guy TY responds, "As I'm about to pick up my kid." LSJIO7 responds to Bad Guy TY, "I know, speak later. Looks like the agenda is going to have to be moved to next week. I'm going to have to set an alarm or something. Definitely most of this stuff can be picked up in development during the week though. Read the Mac and Windows binaries, definitely use hashtag RAVENQT-SIG-working to get share info to help targeting getting the binaries to build and sign, etc. for the current and methods sorted for future versions. Bad Guy TY responds, I would either like to see P2SH testing like now, or at least in November. Kinkajou responds, it was already the testnet for quite a while, and we honestly had trouble getting people to test. But yeah, I'd like to see it sooner rather than later. LSJIO7 responds, there are two testnet. The old one is depreciated but still has P2SH. Currently, the quote main one is 4.6.1. The discussion most recently was about the mainnet hardware conditions to include the code. I understand that is settled now, as far as I know, and the new testnet binaries can be built using P2SH with mods around the restricted assets and tag assets type to allow them to show correctly as owned by the multisig as part of the included P2SH test. Bad Guy TY responds to LSJIO7, are those code changes actually in there? I didn't know that issue had been resolved. Kinkajou responds, Bullfrogs posted a fix. Bad Guy TY responds, I would like to get things like Squawker in a multi-sig address. LSJIO7 responds to Bad Guy TY. The depreciated testnet version can still be used to test P2SH. It is only depreciated to fully test the BIP9 process and changes to parameters going forward. The main P2SH issue was that the test didn't show the P2SH address IIRC as part of the total supply of an asset. Bad Guy TY responds to Kinkajou, oh, nice. LSJIO7 responds, once that test is fixed and the BF fix is incorporated, in my opinion, we should be good to go on testnet again, potentially. Bad Guy TY responds, are these tests automated already? I have been automating tests recently and could use some public examples for JORB purposes. Maybe it was job purposes. LSJIO7 responds, I gotta go now. Some code for the testnet side by in a week or two with those changes would be awesome for people to review, etc. But the devs are working to their own personal schedules and stuff as well. I'm patient. It's a PETA sometimes, but I'm patient. Kinkajou responds to Bad Guy TY. There are some automated functions and unit tests, and there's a link to GitHub there from github.com/ravenproject/ravencoin/blob/master/test/readme.md. Nothing for P2SH specifically as far as I know. LSJIO7 ends the day with, there was for testing asset balances. We will get there in the end together. Be a relief, TBH, to have the same seatbelts for Raven and assets. And that brings us up to date with the development on RAVENCOIN. All right. And of course, there's a lot more activity going on in the development channel. That one is open 24/7 to everyone in the community to talk about development. And you'll obviously see a lot more going on there. And I'm just scanning through it just to show you guys what's going on and who's involved. You got Kinkajou, Bad Guy, Raven Rebels, and LSJIO7 is there as well. A lot more details of what is going on. And we got Wizard in there. Who else? Was that Mango? Yeah, Mango Farms is in there. Neil is in there. Let's see who else. Yep. As you can see, there's a lot of information going back and forth in regards to different applications that is being built on RAVENCOIN and obviously upgrading it, making it better. So if you're ever interested, I highly recommend you joining the RAVENCOIN community and checking out the development channel. All right. So Ravenauts, with that said, let's go hang out in... Let's switch switch over the screen here and hang out in Braveland for a bit and show you guys around. Alright, let's switch over my guy here. Alright, so Braveland. This is Braveland, of course. Beautiful Braveland. You get to spawn right here. This is right where you spawn, and you can see all of the different projects on RAVENCOIN here. That is awesome. Okay, and there is, I think this is the Raven Wall. Yep, the Raven Wall. If you guys want some more information on what it is, there it is. All right, now moving over to there we go, RAVENCOIN campus. Let's head over to the RVN Meetup Auditorium number 1. And the reason I'm taking you guys here is because it has been modified for the RAVENCOIN Global Awards that is happening tomorrow at 1 p.m. No, excuse me, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. All right. Yes, exactly. In a few hours, this place will be packed. There's going to be a lot of people here. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be giving out some awards and some lottery. Yep. So with that said, I highly recommend you join us tomorrow in Braveland. Or if you can't make it here in the metaverse in Braveland, you guys can check out the stream here at twitch.tv/blockchainjohn. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Awesome indeed. I will be standing right here recording most of the event. So this is a pretty good view right here. What do you think? It is nice. This will be hosted excuse me, here we go. Beep beep. Alright, so this will be hosted by Haley and Erica. Alright, they're gonna be doing most of the talking, presenting the rewards. I will be in the back end answering any questions in the chat box and recording the stream, making sure that it is functioning properly. You know, there's going to be a lot going on, so I got to make sure that and I'm going to be interjecting. I think it's every other award to present a lottery spin, because we got 10 bags to give away, and since there's 20 awards, it only makes sense to do it on every other award. Yep. Oh man, I am so excited. Like, I literally have lost sleep over making this event happen. Fatigued is not even the right word. It's, in a way, I just want to make this the best possible, but also just get it over and done with. You know, it's a big event. There's a huge team behind it. Well, there's the team behind it is doing a lot of work, and I appreciate everything that they're doing. Without them, this probably would not be something or be a reality. So yeah, check out the awards. It's nice, huh? Yeah, see? Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. There should be one more up here. There it is. Alright, so along with the award giveaways, we're going to be giving out the RAVENCOIN torch, which I don't have an image here. Maybe I can pull it up real quick. Let's see here. Give me a second while I switch over to... let's see. If I go to, let's see, RAVENCOIN Asset Explorer, let's open that up, and let's see if I can find it real quick. C3... If I type in C3 Media, will it show? Yes, it will show. Perfect. All right, let me show you guys what is... let me switch over the main screen. Let's switch that over to... Here you go. Check that out. Actually, you can't really see that, huh? Okay, let's just open up a larger image here. And let that load for a moment. There is currently 1 million. There's only one address holding, which is me, of course. And this will be released. Obviously, we did already have a RAVENCOIN torch last year, a year ago, and that's currently sitting on 34 different addresses. The idea is it's a game of trust and a game of responsibility, and it's a whole chain game, right? You keep one asset and you pass the rest. Here, you can check out these transactions here. Look at that. So you start off with 1 million, you pass the remaining bag, and then that person keeps one, they pass the remaining bag, and then they keep one, pass it on, they keep one, pass it on, they keep one, pass it on, and continuously go on and go on and go on. And eventually it got a little wonky, people started keeping more, and it just fell apart. So the idea is, how long can we last keeping the chain going? Well, that's going to be the cool part. Let's see how long it goes. All right. Oh, it timed out. Huh, that's not good. Wah, wah, wah. Refresh that real quick. Can I just... There we go. All right. That's what this year's looks like. Last year's is... this one? No. Where is it at? Where's the IPFS link here? Did it freeze up on me? It looks like it froze up on me. Let's try that again. Okay. Let's go to this one. Seems I can't click on any of these. What's going on here? Direct link. There you go. All right, cool. That's what last year's looked like. There it is. Beautiful. And so this is not my original idea. This idea came from Pathfinder, right? So a few years ago, Pathfinder came up with this idea and created a RAVENCOIN torch. At that time, there was no image associated with it. There still isn't an image associated with it. It's just an asset that people were distributing, exactly like the rules I've discussed. You keep one torch and you pass the remaining to someone else. They keep one, they pass the rest to someone else. And that only made it through like less than a dozen hands. I think like 5 or 6 different hands. Eventually I got to someone that unfortunately could not pass it anymore. So a few years later, I happened to be looking through the Asset Explorer and just looking through different things, and I happened to find this RAVENCOIN torch. And so I asked around in the community, hey, who's behind this RAVENCOIN torch idea? It looks pretty cool from what I'm seeing from the transactions, because you can tell right away what's going on. Obviously I showed you guys from the transactions. It looks pretty cool, right? You see all these let me see, let's go to C3 Media. And when you see a transaction like that, that's just, that's a pretty cool idea, right? You keep one and you pass the remaining, and you can see all these transfers going on. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So I said, I want to try that. I want to find out who it is. And I more or less want to get their blessings so I can, continue this tradition. And so I found out who it was, and I asked Pathfinder, like, hey, would you give me permission to continue this tradition? I would like to keep it going. And he's like, absolutely. So I said, would you be willing to create an image for that? So he was the creator behind the one from last year. And so it was the creator of this one. So that is credited to Pathfinder. So, and I appreciate that he did that. Now this year, this is created by Mike, my co-host on the podcast, on the C3 Media podcast. Check that out. There it is. Awesome. Kapow, proof of work. It's there's the Bitcoin logo and the RAVENCOIN logo 2022. And this will be a traditional every year. And so will the RAVENCOIN Global Awards. So there it is. Yeah, check it out. So with that said, Ravenites and Cryptonauts all around the world, I hope to see you guys tomorrow early in the morning, or wherever you're at, in Braveland. If you guys want some more information about the RAVENCOIN Global Awards, you guys can head over to rvnawards.com. And I will plug that in here. RVNAwards.com, and just show you what is here. RAVENCOIN Global Awards. And there's a lot of information. If you guys need to download the Braveland to participate, the link is here. We made it as easy as possible. There's more information about the live auction that will be happening after the RAVENCOIN Global Awards. This is actually going to be sponsored and hosted by Ravenous and Just NFTs. We do have 10 prize bags here, as you can see. That's part of the lottery. Anybody that retweets hashtag let's actually click that. See, yep. It doesn't have complete information. There it is. A hashtag RVN Awards 22 lottery, and that particular hash is tracked, and anybody that does retweet that is automatically entered into the lottery of these 10 bags. And there's a lot of stuff in these bags. I'm just going to click on one, and let's see. There's already 17 assets in this one, and there it is. Look at that. You know what? I'm actually going to go through all of them just to see what's going on. We have less than 24 hours. Let's just check these out. So that's the first bag. Let's go to the second bag. Okay, second bag. 17 assets. Okay. Third bag. 17 assets. Okay. Fourth bag. 18 assets. Fifth bag. 17 assets. Sixth bag with 16 assets. And 7 bag. 17 assets. And 8 bag with 16 assets. And 9 bag with 17 assets. And last but not least, bag number 10 with 16 assets. And there it is. All right, Ravenouts and Cryptonauts all around the world. Thank you guys for watching. Until the next RAVENCOIN Community Day, I hope to see you guys here in Braveland. All right. Stack sats and huddle. Adios.